Notification. Pull it. Okay.
Hey y'all!
Hey y'all!
I know y'all seen it just a couple of seconds earlier, but the reason that you saw us a couple of seconds early because we was, I'm still messing around behind the scenes is what we do. Okay, so welcome to the Cozy Niche Show. So I hope you guys know that tonight, oh honey, we're gonna be interactive tonight. So y'all might as well go ahead and get ready for all of everything that is going to be happening and taking place. Because I'm excited about it. I hope y'all are excited about it as well. Because we are about to get into it.
We're gonna get into it.
Yes.
You think they ready?
I don't know if they're really ready. But they can't help it.
They finna catch this fire. They finna catch the fire. All right.
Hey, y'all better get ready for it is all I'm saying. Because we really be about that life. So we want to make sure that you guys are dropping your comments down. She's going to be checking the phone, okay? Checking the comments down there. So make sure that you guys are interacting with us, okay? And we are so looking forward to it. So, I got to make sure that, I'm paying the bills, as they say. We're going to be manifesting that thing, pay them bills. So with us paying the bills, boo, let me go ahead and run this tickler so then that way y'all can know what we talking about tonight, honey. It is all about boundaries.
Boundaries.
Do you know what they are? Do you know why it's important for you to make sure that you have them in place?
They better.
Because I believe that, that the oceans are only supposed to come, but so far.
I believe it.
Okay. All right.
I believe it.
All right. So since we know that nature also has boundaries, it is only natural for us to make sure that we have boundaries. Now, this is hitting on one of the 7 pillars of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. It is hitting on the relationships portion, people. That is exactly what it is doing. I have started inviting people in the room. I want y'all to make sure that y'all are inviting people into the room too.
I'm inviting, and when you come in, say hello, because we said hello.
Okay.
Say hello.
Yeah. That's what you do when you come to somebody else. You don't just walk in the door and don't say nothing. You
just go in there, don't say nothing. You say hello.
Boo hot snot nothing. Like, no, we don't do that. So y'all know how we do. You come on in the room, you greet everybody in the room and say, hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey.
What you got going on today? And I might say, is my sis not looking fire right now?
Listen.
The red.
40 fire, honey. Listen. It's the fire, honey. That's why I say I hope they ready for the fire.
Oh.
Because we bringing it tonight.
We are bringing it tonight.
This is going to be a raw conversation.
Yeah. A very raw one.
And truthful.
Very truthful.
And honest.
It need to be honest.
And it's okay if feelings get hurt.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Because
that happens
grow.
with boundaries.
That happens.
Yeah. Where it's like, well, I don't like them.
Yeah. Well. You gotta have them.
Yeah,
that's what's going. You gotta have them. It's a given.
Got to have them.
Gotta have them.
Okay. So just so you guys know, now I just want to be able to go ahead and provide this disclaimer now that you can be able to shop with your girl. That's right.
All day.
I'm bringing what you need. Okay. What you didn't know that you did need. I'm bringing it. Okay. So make sure that you go ahead and stop and shop on over to jerseygirl-cozyniche.com. This is where you can be able to get your custom dominoes. I got my newest thing out here, y'all. My candle chargers. Yes. Oh, and it's a brand new look to the website too. If you didn't know it, baby, you got to stop on over and go and see. So then that way you can go ahead on and shop with Jersey Girl. But of course.
And put in a plug. If you need personal stuff done for your business, for your logo, for whatever you're doing, she's working on amazing content for my brand as well. For some things that I want to put out. So I'm encouraging you all, support your people, support what they're doing, support their vision, because guess what? It's enough money out here for everybody to make it. But we got to learn how to support one another. And it's amazing quality products that you're going to be getting. So I'm encouraging you all, shop till you drop.
Yay, baby. They like these two nuts right here. Oh, y'all ain't even seen
It's not just
this.
one, it's two. Oh Lord, I don't know if they're ready.
I don't know if they are either, but y'all better get ready because this series.
They got no choice. We're here.
Yeah,
that's it.
In the flesh at that. So let's go ahead and run it so then that way you guys know exactly what Jersey Girl Cozy Niche is about. Because it's like, well, exactly what is Jersey Girl? Jersey Girl is all about making your house a comfy niche, a cozy niche at that. So it's all things that has to do with home. Everything that has to do with home. Okay. Home. Yes, we do. So home, decor, DIY projects, relationships. That's what we get into tonight. Personal growth, development, craft / cooking.
Yes.
Honey. And this honey right here. Okay. Be cooking. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Like I said, tonight, this is what we are talking about. Relationships. So I already see some of y'all in the comments. So this is how we do it out on this channel. We don't just allow y'all just to be out there floating around. I love to invite y'all on up to the stage. And so one of the ways I do that is just about going and doing this kind of stuff. Dominoes, wait, I need those Jersey Girls.
They fire.
Yes, they are.
They are fire. Straight up. They fire.
Custom done in your favorite team colors, and the case is free. Okay, so I don't charge for your team case. Okay, only way I can go ahead and put that out there. But I'm just saying, inbox your girl, we go ahead and help you on that.
Right.
That's the way that works, guys. So I'm going to make sure I go ahead and stop this tickler, and we're going to go ahead and show some more of your comments up here. Let's see. Oh, we are tagging people. That's what I like. Yes. Okay, let's see. He says, I am God Mom.
She said she watching. She was a tag in.
Oh, so I like it. I like it.
She
was like, I'm in here. I'm in the room. The building.
Yes.
Okay. So let me show you guys this real quick. How you can be able to follow me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on IG. Yes, I'm also on YouTube. Yes. So go ahead and check me out over there. You can be able to find all the different crafts and stuff that I have done, past shows, different discussions, and all that wonderful things. So then that way you can be able to learn more about Jersey Girl Cozy Niche, but of course, darling. Yes. Okay. So then here are all the tags, people. All right. So let's get on back to the meat and potatoes. Ugh. We about to get into it.
We're going to get heavy.
Okay, so I didn't get a chance to post last week. The reason I didn't get a chance to post last week is because
100%.
We was on the cruise.
Honey, we was out on the water, honey. Having a blast.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
We have decided that concrete life
sucks.
Is trash. It's ghetto.
We do not recommend it. No.
0 stars. Absolutely 0 stars. We do not like it. We do not recommend it.
Sea life was amazing.
So good.
It was peaceful.
Yes.
It was tranquil.
Yes.
We met a lot of people. And just so you guys know, like, both our personalities are super big. So imagine us together 24 hours a day in a room, in a building, on a ship, outside of the ship. We're both friendly. We both talk. We both like to make friends all the time. It was an absolute dream for extrovert.
Yes.
We had a time here.
And if you were an introvert, you also, because we got a balcony.
We had a balcony.
So sis was like, you know what?
On the balcony.
She was just like,
I needed my moment.
Because like I told y'all, extroverts, we are also introverts because we pour so much out and we need that refuel and we need that charge. Yes. So that's why we're going to be go ahead and dipping into the boundaries tonight. Yes. Okay. So whether or not you're an introvert or an extrovert or sanguine, there are many different personality things
I'm moving into more ambivert as I'm getting older.
And you may be wondering what that is. Sis, why don't you tell me what an ambivert
is? Also introvert and an extrovert. So there are times where I'm drawing energy from people. When I get in a room, I get super hyped. And then there are times where I'm by myself and I'm just recharging and I'm refueling. So that's the difference. But it's a balance of being able to give myself the opportunity to be able to focus on my self-care.
Yes, it's very important. So let's go ahead and show this comment from Amanda. Cruising is the best way to vacation.
Yes.
Those excursions too, baby.
Yes. Listen, it was so many amazing excursions to do. Everything was organized. We're itinerary people. We're calendar people. We really like things to be scheduled. And so the cruise just allowed us to be able to put everything we wanted to do in our calendar. We got a little ding when it was time for whatever the next activity was. And we were able to kind of float around. And then can we just talk about the buffet was just stupid ridiculous?
Yes. Absolutely stupid ridiculous.
Salad. I'm a salad person. I love fruit and salad. That's my thing. I love it. And it's just unlimited. Just anything you can think of, it was just there. Food was so amazing. So good. But it was just so good just to be able to sit down, eat your food, and just see the water. Yes. It was just so peaceful.
It was so peaceful. It was so amazing.
Peaceful.
And then when we got a chance to, let me just be the first to say, I mean, because you can kind of see behind me the colors that are going here, the blue water.
It was so tranquil. Oh my God.
Yeah. So if you guys got a chance to see what I posted up on IG, and I was like, I'm in my happy place. I'm in water.
Yes.
So I was just, it was so good.
It was so
and it was so needed. Now, the reason why we needed to take a cruise
is why
we talking about boundaries tonight.
Listen. So let me tell you all, when you have such a big heart, and you're always in the position of giving, you tend to bypass red flags that you normally would see. You'll say, you know what? I'm going to just bypass this because I want to help this person. I want to feed into this person. I want to pour into this person. And you already know going into the situation, red flag, don't do it. Don't do it. But your heart is saying, you know what? If I give and I love on them, God is going to change their heart. They're going to see the good in me. They're going to see the good in themselves, and they're going to change. And we just believe in this metamorphosis is going to take place.
Right before our very eyes.
Honey, that don't happen, honey. Sometimes you got to do more work than what's necessary, honey. And that's what wear you out. And that's why we both decided, like, wow, we give so much and you don't realize you're giving. Because it's just our personality to just want to just talk to people. And when people encourage them, they feel a place where even at the cruise, people sitting down telling them they whole life story. We know them from nowhere. They just sat down and they told us from birth to whatever.
Yes,
and we were just like,
okay.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, you're gonna have a blessed day, and we're gonna go on and see you some other time. It's because people are attracted to you. They're attracted to the anointing on your life. They're attracted to your personality. They're attracted to you being friendly. Yes. People aren't friendly anymore.
Oh goodness,
they just ain't friendly.
No, and
some
it's
y'all
like,
is just mean. Why y'all so mean? It's no need to be mean. Now I got a little mean in me. Like my mama said, a little nice nasty. We all got a smidgen. But some of y'all whole tank is just nasty. Yeah. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. Is how do you go from being nasty to being good? And that's how you set your boundaries, so you don't have to get into that place where you're feeling like you have to be nice, nasty to someone.
Right.
After you feel like they violated you, after you feel like they've taken your trust, after you feel like they have betrayed you in some capacity. Boundaries is really just setting and opening up the lines of communication to say, this is what I expect from you. And this is what
you can expect from me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that works so well. And it's so much easier of a conversation.
Yeah.
So now this is part now. We need to let them know like how conversations happen when we gotta check each other. How that go?
Oh Lord.
How that go?
Okay, so typically, and I'm just gonna be very transparent, okay? Because we said we gonna be real. So I had a situation happen in my life, okay? I had some situations that happened and went down. And so I called up my sister and I was like, listen.
Wait, and first, don't call me if you don't want to know the truth.
Yeah.
That's the wrong thing to do. So if you don't want to know the truth, don't call the friend who's going to tell you the truth. That's step one in boundary. If you're not ready to take the plunge to know, okay, whether it's right or wrong, don't call the person who's going to give you truth.
Correct. But the fact is, she know I deal with hard truth. Okay. So like I said, don't be trying to piss on me and talking about, oh, it's just water, girl. No, it ain't.
No, it's
I
not
need real people that's gonna call me on my stuff.
Yes.
And that's what I so appreciate about our friendship. And you know,
Yes.
my folks know who they are.
Yes.
Okay. Where they were like,
Yes.
okay, so I was going off and I was like, girl, and I told him XYZ and ABCD, and she was like, girl, and what else, girl? No, he didn't, girl. And what you say? I was like, girl, and I said, da-da-da-da-da. So she was like, Now, let's go ahead and take a tick back, shall we? Fact of the matter is, sis, they ain't had nothing to do with you.
Nothing.
That wasn't your place to check him. That was between him and that other person. And you're going to have to do the right thing. You're going to need to go back and apologize because you was wrong for that. And I was like, I already knew it. I was like,
God,
see, I already knew it.
You know it, but it's a different, because the thing about it is, in relationships, I don't have a problem with people checking me.
Yes.
Never. It's how you check me that's going to determine which attitude you're going to get from me.
Yes.
Now, if you come in with the spirit of love and you're coming and you listen to, because this is the thing, when someone's coming to you and they're telling you their quarrel with someone, right? First, you're going to listen, right? Let them get it off their chest. Now they got it off. Then you go in and you reaffirm, I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
And I feel
what you're saying, but can I just be honest with you? What I heard you say is this.
Yeah.
Now that opens an opportunity for me to be able to share and say, you might not like this, but I'm going to tell you because why? You're my friend, you're my sister. And so I don't want anybody else to have a negative mindset about who you are as a person, because I know you as a person.
Right.
This person may not know all of those sides of you.
Correct.
But what I want to be shown as my friend is I want them to see the best light in you.
Yes.
And so because that's what my heart is coming from, it's okay to be like, you know what? Whatever she said, I'm going to trust her enough to know that the love that she has for me is for good and not for evil.
Right. Exactly. That part. It's not always good to have, for me, I'm going to speak about my personality. I don't want yes people around me. I do not. Because if I'm wrong, if I'm doing something wrong, don't try to tell me to appease me, to try to make me feel better, or be like, oh, girl, you was right, knowing I was flat out wrong. Because then you're just opening up pathways for me just to keep going the wrong way. And that's not what love is. Love doesn't do that. Love checks you.
Love check you.
And it's just like, you know what you did was wrong. What you did was foul. And I love you enough to be able to tell you that, because the word says that the Lord chastises those whom he loves.
And guess what? The thing about us developing our relationship over the years is that in the beginning, we were not as honest because we wanted to protect feelings.
Right.
And in protecting feelings, we had, I want to say,
let things go.
Yeah, we let things go. And then when they come back in to resurface, you like, wait, what? Like, where'd that come from?
Where'd that come from? This ain't happened before. So all of a sudden now you want to say something now.
Yes. And then the famous thing of it is, as women, and even as men sometimes, we think when we get into bed, you go back and you play back that conversation. And you say, now, wait a minute now.
I should have said this.
Oh, I should have said this. Or, when they said that now, how they meant that? Because see, now I'm thinking about the conversation and what's going on in my mind. How my day was today, if my kids was cutting up, if my husband was cutting up, if the car wasn't working, if the fish wasn't swimming, the dog wasn't barking, whatever the case may be, all of that is going into now thinking about what conversation I had with somebody, and now you're laying in the bed and now you steaming.
Oh,
you ever go to, and you're in the bed hot as fish grease.
You're supposed to be going to sleep, but you
can't
because you're having trying to secret battle arguments in your head. So you're arguing with ghosts. You
arguing with nobody. Here, the only ghost we believe in is the Holy Ghost. Yeah. That's the only ghost we believe up in here. So it makes it to a place where it's like, okay, how do I want my relationships to be going forward? I want people to be open. I want people to be honest with me, but I want people to know that I'm approachable too, because I don't have it all right. I'm still learning. Life is about learning every single day. It's about taking all your experiences, listening to the experiences of other people, and then now saying, you know what? I've heard something similar like this. This is how I need to handle this situation.
Yep. Is utilizing wisdom. Let's go ahead and show
we
this
got
comment.
some, honey. Yeah.
Elijah Barnes said,
Ooh,
Arnika will get a person together.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's only when it's an unction upon me that I have to pull it on back.
Okay. Look here. Somebody came in and said, ditto. Yes, honey.
All right now. All right. Calm down. Calm down.
Look, we said we sure do appreciate
all right.
We
said all right.
And we do. Yes, we do. And I know this all the way. So that's what I'm saying. Having these people in your life that can be able to check you is important.
Yes.
And so that, believe it or not, is also a part of setting boundaries.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this on up so then that way y'all can see exactly what it is that we're talking about. How setting boundaries can be useful in communicating your needs in a relationship.
That's really important.
Yes.
For me, we talk about love language all the time.
Yes.
And I think it's so important to know the people that you come into a relationship, what their love language is. Our love language is quality time.
Yep.
We love to just sit and do nothing.
Yes.
And we gotta do a whole lot or do something.
Right.
But it's also in those conversations on the phone. So today is a bad day for me.
Yeah.
Today I'm feeling
Can I just call you up and vent?
Can I just call you and vent? Can I tell you what was positive in my life today? Let me send you this TikTok video. Let me send you this video for this. Let me send you this. So you have all of these different things that you now begin to now look at the person. You start saying, okay, this is what makes this person go. Yes. This is what makes them tick. This is what now starts to bring out the better version of them now. And so now you're setting that boundary. You're setting that communication. You're saying, okay, I know this is how this person loves to be loved.
Yes.
I'm not a big person on, you having to per se do a lot of things for me, but being with me and us doing things together really changes the dynamic of even my attitude of how I'm feeling that day, because it's that connectivity. I love to be connected to people, but I love to be connected to people who I know have my best intentions
at heart.
Yes.
Am I being protected?
Yes. And am I in a safe place? Are you my safe place? Are you my sister's keeper? Are you my brother's keeper? You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's the part in relationships that people don't often get a chance to get to, because then conflict comes in. I didn't like the way you said this. I didn't like the way I said that. And now they don't know how to handle it. So then how do we handle when we have discrepancies?
Oh, Lord. First of all, we typically be like, all right, now, sis, I'm about to say something. No, she good for, all right, sis, I'm about to say something. You probably ain't gonna like it. But I'm gonna tell you anyway. And I'm like, yeah, I know it. And she will. She'll go ahead and let me know. And then for me, I have to process. I don't just, now I used to be the one that would immediately reply and react. So quick.
Yeah, she was a pop-off queen. Don't let this listen. Look. The thing about it is we've learned, even in her telling me things, because of our personality and because we are, when she tells me something and she's checking me on something, I'll tell her at the moment, it's true. I don't receive it now.
Yep.
But give me a minute to think about it, process
and I'll come back to
it. And then the next day I'll come back and I'll say, okay, I was able to come to terms with what you said. It was a hard pill to swallow. This is how I still feel about this. But because you see a different perspective
of it,
I'm going to trust you enough to say, if I'm wrong, and this was a hard thing for me. If I'm wrong, because I'm wrong, I'm not wrong often, right? But I've come to the place to say, if I'm wrong, let me know so I can go and apologize.
Yep.
I want to get it right, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure I've done all I can to be a great person and to be a great to humanity. I don't want to go around and be Billy bad and be this and be that. Right. No, I want to be able to show love. That's me. I love to show love. I love to give people love, but I also want people to feel love.
Yes.
And so if that comes in the form of apology, even though I'm right,
swallow the crow and take it.
Yes. I apologize. I'm so sorry that I put you in that position. I'm sorry that I made you feel any less than what you were supposed to feel. And if I made you feel that way, I truly apologize for that, because that was not my intention.
Right.
My intention was to do this. And from there, Now it's up to the person to say
whether or
what
not
they're
they
going to
accept
do.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, but you did your part.
And your hands is clean.
Very clean. Okay.
That's it.
Because that's the other side of the checking.
Yes.
And it's like and it's the other side of the apology. I'm like, it is up to us to go and apologize.
Yes.
Now, whether or not that person accepts that apology, that is really on them.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go and you apologize, you're doing it in sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing it in sincerity because you do know that person.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I know that because I shared this information with this person, I know that this is a touchy little subject right here. So let me not, in the midst of us being heated with each other, step over into that line. Because when you step over into that line, it's like, well, hold up, wait a minute now. I got to pull back because you done crossed the line. I wouldn't take that from nobody.
Yeah.
But now I see that this is where you are. And now I have to be able to respect myself enough to say, I can no longer continue to pour in the way that I was before. I'm going to have to pull back.
And that
respectfully.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to tell somebody at this time, I'm not able to give you me. That took me a long time. Because you remember, I used to be beat down, all the time, worn down,
trying to do everything.
Trying to be superwoman for my house, your house, his house, her cousin's house, auntie house. I was trying to be it for everybody. Yeah. And it got to a point where you say, you ain't going to be able to survive like this.
Exactly. Where it was like, okay, you're so busy taking care of everybody else, but you can't take care of you. Exactly. Y'all know about the airplane analogy. When it drops, mama, you put it on you first. Don't put it on your child first, because fact of the matter is that what's going to happen when you pass out? Okay. You have to be able to make sure that you are taking care of you. So our next bullet says learning how to practice self-respect and self-care. And that's really what we were just talking about, self-respect and self-care, to be able to realize and recognize when someone has crossed that boundary, to say, you know what, this is what I can and can't tolerate. This is either done in love or not in love. And how am I now going to handle this? And be able to recognize that we ain't pretty all the time on the inside, y'all. Okay. And so with that being the case, there's things that need to change in us and be able to realize that. But real friends can be able to do that for you, can come along and be able to show you that. Make manageable time and space for enjoyable and meaningful interactions with loved ones. And that's exactly what we did on the cruise. We made the time. We have been sisters since 2006.
Yes. Gosh. Yeah.
That's 16 years. Yeah. So I'm serious. This thing here, it's amazing. And we met at on a military installation. I was hugely pregnant with my last child, which is also, she is the godmother, of course.
I'm the godmother.
And so we have been developing this for this long, and it has just been absolutely amazing and wonderful. Such a blessing to my life, because again, having real ones in my life is important, very important. And then showing me what boundaries look like. Yeah. Because sometimes if you've never had it in your life, you don't know what it looks like. How are you going to be able to implement it? Yeah. You don't know what it looks like.
And it's hard to accept when somebody else gives you a boundary and says, no, I'm not doing that today. Yeah. That was hard for
You're
me.
like, what? Wait, what
you mean? Huh? Come again. Like my mama say, pardon me. Yeah. Pardon me.
Run that back. Or my mother's infamous. What you say?
You know, and what happens is where the hurt comes in is when you've poured out so much, and then when you think it's time to reciprocate and to get poured back into, that person may not be in a position to be able to do that for you. Yeah. And so we get offended because now the person can't give what they gave to me, because relationships happen. Sometimes I can give you 100% and you can't give me nothing. But sometimes you can give me 100% and I can't give you nothing. But some days I can only give you 50 and you got to make up the other 50. Hey. We got to figure out how this thing gonna work, and we're going to have a successful relationship. But you have to know that at the end of the day, this is where personal development comes in as well. I can't expect to put everything on you as my friend to make my life go right. I got to sit down and say, okay, outside of the word of God, personal development, reading books, listening to motivational speeches, whatever it is, I got to put in the work for me to be able to get healthy, right? I got to do my work first. Yeah. Now when I'm talking to you, now you get a chance to see the growth in me, because now I've put in the work.
Yes. And all of that makes all the difference in everything. So I want to make sure that we go ahead and pop up these comments that are over here, because we
y'all are showing out in the comments though. Let's come.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Marquita Bullock says, love, check you.
Hey, Marquita.
Hey, honey, how you doing, darling?
What's going on? We all went to church together.
That's right. In Maryland.
Yes.
Okay, see, we got sisters from all over the globe, baby.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Marla Randall says, you also have to say, I've done so much for everyone else. It's time for me to be loyal to me and not feel guilty.
That's it. That's a big one. Because I dealt with the guilt part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I deal with sometimes the mommy guilt of, you know what? I need to go and do this for me, but my kids need this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And remember, even for the cruise.
Yeah. And you was like,
I said, oh man,
I feel
my kids would have really loved this. And then it's like, okay, but then when do you recharge and become a better version for you, so I could be a better mom?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So
and that for me, honestly, it was just like the heart, because that had been my identity.
Yes.
Since
that's what you're known as.
That's
such and such mama, such and such wife, such and such friend, such and such coworker, such and such this.
You're like, when am I
gonna be me? Who am I?
When? Yeah. And then it kind of reminds me of like, who am I that you are mindful of me?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so having this time in my life right now, I have been able to, when asked the question, so who are you? Let me tell you something. I can be able to tell you who I am. And it doesn't have anything to do with being tied to anybody else. And that right there, that wasn't no easy thing. That was a very hard thing. And I can't even say sometimes it doesn't get hard, or that I don't feel emotions about it, because I do.
Yeah, I'm human.
I'm a human being, people. Okay.
Yeah.
So it happens, but not to be overwhelmed by it, not to be consumed with it. And it's just like, and this too shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
It shall pass. I'm like, because everything is going to be working together for my good.
Yeah.
And that I'm happy about. So happy about. So guys, I want to say thank y'all so much for coming. Hold on. I want to make sure I pop this comment up. This one says, how do you know when it's coming from love instead of insult? Oh, that's a good one.
Well, let me tell you about when love comes in and someone is giving you something in love. For me, our experience has been the follow-up. Yeah. Hey sis, yesterday was a tough day for you. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling today about that situation? Mm-hmm. And that's how I was able to distinguish between whether you're doing it to be a use of malice, or if you're doing it for the intention of, that was a hard thing for her yesterday. And sometimes we cry, sometimes we hang up, we do all of that. I'll be like, I ain't saying nothing, I ain't texting, I ain't doing nothing. But at the end of the day, it's coming from a place, and you have to know that the people that you're dealing with, if you feel in some kind of way, what I've learned to say is, what you meant by that? Yeah. Because that just made me feel some kind of way. Mm-hmm. And that gives you opportunity. You said that
yesterday, like I had some time to think about it. It wasn't the heat of everything. Like I said, I'm a processor. So, and like she said, pop off queen, listen, if any of my family, anything, they like, look, like that chick right there. Yeah. Okay. So for me to take that time to go ahead and process, and it's like, okay, let me take a tick back. Number one, how was I feeling? What I heard when someone said X, Y, and Z, how was I feeling? What was going on with me that day? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that plays into what somebody says and what you actually hear. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, let me sift through all of this, and then also taking into account, who is this that's telling me this? Mm-hmm. Is this a trusted source? Mm-hmm. Someone who has the best intentions for me. Mm-hmm. Someone who has shown me that they are a friend and not an acquaintance. Mm-hmm. And that'll be another show. Okay. Here. So, okay. So knowing that it's coming from a friend, easier to be able to receive eventually.
And I think too, we talk about categorizing. You have to know if a friend is a friend, or if a person is an associate. Yes. And I've learned to say, oh, this is an associate of mine, and this isn't a friend. I've learned to say, oh, this is my sister, but this is a difference between a sister and a friend. There's different levels of it. And it kind of goes in the category of this. If we like to eat sushi, why go out to eat sushi with somebody who don't like sushi? It don't make sense. You're not going to have an enjoyable experience.
No, not at all.
Right? If you love shopping, go with somebody who loves to shop so it can be an enjoyable experience for you. And same thing in relationships. If you have someone who's not equally yoked to you, you're going to get a different experience from that relationship because you're not on the same page. And it's okay to outgrow people.
Yes.
It's okay to outgrow people.
Yes, it is. And it happens.
It happens.
We're supposed to grow.
You're supposed to grow.
You ain't supposed to be running around being, I mean, think about that. A baby doesn't stay an infant its entire life.
Thank God.
Okay.
Because girl, I wouldn't be able to make it here. Forever and ever? No.
Yeah. Look here. Just saying, y'all. But look, y'all, it is already 35 minutes. Y'all been in here hanging. Look, I'm so glad y'all enjoying our conversation. This is amazing, y'all. So we definitely do appreciate all of y'all for hanging out with us, listening to our chat, on what boundaries are. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull it back up on the screen for you guys to be able to see it. So then that way you can see exactly what it is that we're talking about in regards to setting boundaries. Useful for communicating your needs in a relationship, learning how to practice self-respect and self-care, making manageable time and space for enjoyable and meaningful interaction with loved ones, and setting limits in a relationship in a way that is healthy for you. Healthy for you. Healthy. And let me say this too. Define what healthy means to you. When you get to a place and you're in a relationship and it becomes toxic emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, definitely financially, you become imbalanced. Yes. And it throws your world into chaos. And so I've learned when things aren't healthy for me, my world goes into a chaotic status. And I'm feeling like, okay, this ain't right. Something ain't right. And at that time I have to go back in and go through, wait a minute, who been in my ear? Who have I been around? Because something ain't right. Exactly. What was said? What haven't I processed? Right. What am I dealing with at this particular time that's now causing me to now act out of character over this situation? Because it happened. We human. Yes. People. Yes. It happened. It does. We work on it. We fast. We pray. We go through deliverance. We do all that stuff. But it still happened because at the end of the day, we're continuing to grow. Yes. But the best thing about the boundaries for me, I can say, is it helped me put things into perspective, and I see things through a different perspective lens. And because I have people that love me, I get your perspective. Now I can go in and pray and say, God, today she said this, said another. God, reveal that to me. Yes. Reveal that to me so I can accept it. Yeah. Because if she's saying that she sees this and she's my sister, right, and iron is sharpening iron. Hello. How am I going to get sharpened if I ain't ever listening to nobody? If I ain't ever taking what someone is saying to say, it may not be something I need today, but you put in your back pocket for another day. And we've done that over the years. Where we be like, remember sis when I was going through? What? Girl, I remember. How you handled that? Yeah. Like, remember when we talked and you said this? I wasn't feeling it when you told me, and I told you, I don't know about that. I ain't feeling that right now. You listen, you gonna have to pray me through. Yeah, I ain't feeling. And we've had that where we've had to sit on the phone. Yep. And we had to go through, pull out our book, and go through and read scripture together in unison to say, this is what our faith is aligned in this particular place. Yep. And what's happening in your life is not in alignment with what we believe as sisters and what we believe in our faith. Yes. And I think that brought a different intimacy in our relationship when we could go in and say, not only can we shop and talk and laugh and, do all of those things, we could have a good time. We love to do a good two-step here. Okay. But what made it that much more intimate was the spiritual aspect that you understood where I was. You understood the transition of me going from being here to being where I am now. And you also said, hey, there's a time, well, you know what, sis, this might be a time for you to go on a fast. This may be a time that you might need to take a couple of days. And y'all know I'm famous for putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. That is something that has become a highlight of my life.
I have learned through the process of boundaries that everybody can't have access to me all day. It drains me.
Yes.
And so then when it's time for me to connect with other things that I need to do, guess what? I can't because I'm depleted. And guess what? They having a good time. They free, honey. They
fans for free. Meanwhile, you sitting over there looking like this.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to pray myself through, encourage myself, listen to some music, do something to get a release, and you can't because now you don't have anything else in there. And so that's why it's always good, I said, for the personal development to always have something inside your well, always having something in that you can go in and say, you know what, I can draw from this and take the time. So I encourage you guys, work on setting boundaries that are healthy for you. Her boundaries are different than my boundaries.
That's right.
But I can listen to her boundaries and say, you know what, in that, it may not work for me on that way, but I can take a little bit of that and make it go this way. And we talk about as friends, hey, sis, this is what I'm going through. How do you like this person for me as a friend? That was another big thing.
Yes.
Because we was like, I don't like her. Yeah. I just don't like her. I don't like her. Don't bring her around me.
Don't do it.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And we've had to be honest and say, I don't like who you are when you're with them.
Yeah.
That was a change because you don't realize that you changed.
Yeah.
Until somebody else say
like, oh, no.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, why you acting funky?
Yeah, we've had to have them hard conversations. Yeah. I don't like that shoe. I don't like that shoe. That's
like, I don't know. Like, and where'd she come from?
Yeah.
Well, we good for that. And who was that? And where she come from?
Where she come from?
Yeah, stink face and all. And where she come from?
Yes. And the one thing about it is, for me, I believe everybody should get along. So you guys will see when I post, I enjoy all of my sisters to get along. You will see me post what's best in 1, 2, 3, 4. I like everybody to get along. The reason I like everybody to get along is because guess what? Now I can see if everybody in my group has a kindred spirit.
Yes.
So we all can get along together.
I'm like, oh,
man,
cool.
It's cool.
But then there are different aspects of us as well. So there are different parts of me that, I'm just like, whoa. Because, this sister over here loves some country music. Okay? All right? Yes. And I know that there's some of my sisters and they're just like, girl, it's getting on my nerves. Yeah. Like, I ain't doing that. But I'm like, I know I can cut a good two-step with you.
Yeah.
Okay? And so knowing what friends you can be able to pull together because they pull different aspects of our personalities out.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that you're not friendly or being friends or anything like that. But it's like respectfully so, like we said with the sushi. If I know that you don't like sushi, why am I going to say, girl, let's go out to eat and we going to a sushi restaurant? That ain't me showing you love and accepting of you. That's me wanting me to be what I want to do and what I want. That ain't no friendship. And it's just like, no, knowing that, okay, I'm not going to do this. I don't go to, certain places. Some folks want to call me bougie. Call it what you want, but a queen don't step everywhere. Okay. All right. So,
all day, every day.
Okay.
I'd be like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not today.
Yeah, like, oh, no,
darling.
We won't
be going there.
No, we sure
But I'll see you afterwards. And that's okay. And the thing is, being a standard setter is something great about your boundaries because when I already know what you're going to go for and not go for, I ain't going to even break it to you.
Boom. That part. And
feeling no disrespect. There's no disrespect. Because we know we'll go places and it's a lot. We realize when we're together, our energy feeds off each other and it just goes higher and higher and higher and higher. And so like y'all should have seen the people on the cruise. They was like, oh Lord.
They were like, oh, here they go again. At poolside, they were like, wait, I just want to tell you, I love everything. I've been watching you since the first day you came on the ship, and I love everything about you. And they were like, oh, I love, oh, baby, please. I'm like, all of this here? Need I feel jealous? No, not at all. Not at all. Because she has a big personality. I have a big personality, and we celebrate each other.
Yes. But we also compliment each other.
We sure do. Look at us.
We compliment each other. Listen, literally. So I'm telling you guys, the best thing for me that I have literally learned is I've learned to love me.
Yeah.
Love me first. And when I love me first, I can love everybody else.
Yes.
And that was the greatest gift of my 40 to 40 coming up. Because I'll be 40 tomorrow, y'all. I'll be 40 up up in this piece. But I've learned through all of this stuff, through all the relationships I've had, through everything that's happened, I've learned I gotta come first. I gotta make me a priority.
Yeah.
And I gotta be in groups and in settings where I'm not just tolerated, but I'm celebrated.
Boom.
And when I started looking at that and I started saying, oh, so I gotta dim down my light so you can feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when we got a problem.
Yes.
Because this is just me. This
I'm
is
not putting on
day,
a show
all day. If you be with me and you're in my personal time, you know, this is just me. I'm like this all the time. If you're with her, you know that she's like this all the time. We laugh all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is funny. We be like, ain't this a hot mess? We can just look at each other and be like, girl, this is a mess. But I think what has made it so good is that we've both learned to love us. Yeah. And I think that was the transition in the last few years that we've learned to say, what's great about me? Why am I so dope?
Yeah.
Why am I a dope chick?
Yeah.
Like what I love. And we talked about this even today. She was okay. So she's trying to get me to do magnetic lashes.
Yes. I don't have them on today, but yeah.
I ain't going for it.
She gonna do it. Yes, she is.
But we talked about even the other day, yesterday, we were talking about the shape of our eyes. Our eyes are definitely different than other people's eyes. And so we talked about how that is a plus versus saying, girl, we should have had eyes like such and such. Well, God gave us these eyes.
Big old eyes.
We got these big old eyes, and then they come on out and all of this stuff. No, we sat down and we celebrated.
Yeah.
That's something that makes us unique that nobody else has. And that's something we get to bond about. Girl, put that shadow on like this girl. I can pop, baby, so they can see it, honey. You know, and so those are the things that when you're developing healthy relationships and you have healthy boundaries, you're able to be in a space. Because I've been here almost 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks plus? 2 weeks.
And I just FYI, I'm tired of y'all keep asking when she coming back. She get back. Go. It's like, when you come home? No disrespect, but she is home. She come back to visit y'all.
Because that is so true. I answer the phone, when you coming home? Like, it ain't no, hey, how
is it almost time for you to come home? Like, no, it's not. As a matter of fact, it's not.
Yeah, so I think that, you know, in us learning how to do that, I think we've both been able to grow.
Yeah.
We've both been able to support. We've both been able to develop together. And I think that is just such a beautiful place when you can see how we've grown and how we've matured as not only women, but how we matured as friends. How we matured and how we're seen by the world.
Yes.
Because we get to choose what our narrative is
going to be
and how it's going to be displayed and how it's going to be put out into the world. We get to choose that now. We don't give people that power now to dictate what they
going to be for us.
Think we should be, how we should act, how we should conduct ourselves. And we ain't doing nothing crazy. But what I'm saying is, enjoy being who you are.
Yes.
Love everything that's quirky about you. Love everything that may not be up to par. Love everything about you.
Yes.
I've come to a place where I love every single thing about me. I can stand next to somebody from a 2 to a 22, and I'm still the baddest person in the place.
You better believe it. Confidence. Confidence. All day. So Kendall says, y'all ain't the only one with those eyes. I see them everywhere. Okay, he's like, look, no games to be played. Okay, Jerica said, that part.
Right.
Okay, all of that and then some. I love what Sonia has to say. God is still on the throne, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters, Grandma Sonia. Yes.
And then my cousin Rob, he says, good stuff, cousin. Good. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Y'all, this is really honestly like this is her show, but this is honestly just how we talk on a regular basis.
Yes.
And when I be like, hold on, I'm on the phone with sis, I'm on the phone with her because we like, look, okay, this what happened today. A 911. Especially if I'm out, I say 911, stop what you're doing right now.
You good? What's
something
going on?
Ain't right. And she knows that means I'm in a situation where I'm not really sure. On how to handle it. And so before I pop off,
she like, let me do a check,
get some help
just in case. Cause sis, if I'm wrong,
just let me know.
Just let me know.
Apologize.
So I can go back and apologize.
That's it.
But let me tell you what happened, okay?
Yeah.
And then but you already know.
Yeah.
Because why? Because she know I was the pop-up queen.
It was terrible, y'all. In the beginning,
Yeah, it was.
Two pop-offs. It wasn't good. And it's like we'll get one and then we finish with this. And another thing. Let me tell you what you ain't about to do, because we'll come and get you, and I will pull up quick. Get in the car.
Yeah.
I'll be there in 2 minutes. We finna pull up because she done lost her mind. He done lost his mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we didn't do this in a while. And that was, remember we say, I didn't even do this when
when
I wasn't saved. So being saved and then having to treat people right, we was like,
you like,
oh,
listen,
this
when
is for the
God
birds.
saves you, he saves other people. So please remember when I said that before, I said, listen, when God saves you, he's also saving other people all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. It's by God's grace that we have not had no felonies or no.
Had to bail each other out.
We've been on Snap. You know, we went like Tim Bay, like, girl, last night was a time. Honey, we had a time last night. You know, we're not like that anymore. It's like we can go out and we can literally be women of integrity. We can be Proverbs women, of aspects of Proverbs women. Yes. And we can literally be able to say, like, this is who God's created us to be. We're authentically walking in our truth. Our truth. May not be your truth. Right. Our truth. And at the end of the day, this is what makes me, Arnika Luttrell, and what makes her, Jersey Girl.
Yes, make it all do what it
and
do.
It's all good, and people are gonna love you.
Yeah,
no matter what.
No matter what, and that's the beauty of being able to take the time, doing the self-care and the self-love, setting those boundaries.
Yes.
So then that way you can be able to get down to the root of who you are.
Yes.
Okay. And so then that way it's helping you to be able to grow and to develop in your personal relationships. Now, this is, although we're talking friendship, this can be applied in, business.
Yes.
Okay. And just everyday living, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, your children,
having boundaries in households make a difference. Parents having boundaries with children, children having boundaries with their parents. It makes a difference because it adds a level of structure.
Yes.
And I think at the end of the day, everybody craves structure. I believe that. I didn't believe it a long time ago. I was like, that's for the birds.
You and me both like, what?
That. I don't even like that. Zero stars. But I
don't need it.
We've gotten older, we've learned to enjoy structure.
Here's the funny part is that we bucked against structure so much when we were younger. And then what did we say we did? We go by agenda. We're like, I need to know. I need structure.
And we be like, wait, no.
Like,
At this time, we're supposed to be doing this. Yeah.
And it's like, let me know so I can do what? Plan my day.
Yes.
So I know what I'm doing. And when I try to tell people this, I'm like, listen, I'm a planner.
Yeah.
It's what I do. So but I also have been learning how to be spontaneous, which is great.
Because I'm the spontaneous one. I'm like, let's get up and go.
All right, come on, sis. I'm like, oh, where we going? Like, okay, hold on, let me check and see. She's like, girl, come on.
I like to put the envelope on time.
Yes,
I do.
Yes, you do.
But it's
a
about
good
balance, because it also has allowed me to understand how not to frustrate you as a friend, to say, I know that she is very systematic, and there's a time for structure. There's a time to be spontaneous, but there's also a time to be like, hey, sis, I was thinking today, how about going doing this? What do you think about that? Because I do know that so much of my spontaneousness will frustrate you. Not that you don't think that it's a great idea, but because you haven't had a chance to process it. What I'm saying, and it's just like I'm throwing things out at you.
Like, oh wait, hold on.
And your brain, you sit there looking at she like deer with headlights.
Like, hold on, wait a minute.
And she like repeat it, and I said, I don't know what I said. Because I talk so fast.
My brain is going.
My brain going.
I don't move that fast. Okay? I don't move that fast.
Yeah. So, I think it's allowed us to be able to appreciate the values that we all have within each other, you know? And I think that's what makes this so beautiful.
Yes.
It's two ladies who was in the house for 2 weeks. We had no fight. We ain't throw no punches.
No.
We ain't pull no hair.
No.
We ain't do none of that. Well, the little bit. And then, honey, I added this one here. I added this one, honey, yesterday here.
Yes.
So it's on here, so she can't pull butt so much, honey. But my whole head gonna come off.
The whole entire head. Listen, thank you guys so much. Now, y'all know typically this is a 30-minute show, but sis had already warned y'all in advance. She's a talker. I'm a talker. And you guys have been phenomenal.
Y'all have been so great.
Good.
Thank you guys for being so awesome.
Amazing.
You guys are so dope.
Yes, y'all are. So appreciate y'all. So again, this is how you can be able to follow me, Jersey Girl, okay, on Facebook, as well as on IG, and of course on YouTube. So just as you guys, as a reminder, I'm going to be shifting over to more of a YouTube, okay? Just to make sure, I need you guys over there. Let's go ahead and start kicking up those algorithms over there, because I want to have a check, I want to have a star, okay? Yeah. I want us to be able to do more and more free stuff, giveaways and all that good stuff. And listen, if there are any sponsors out there, I just want to let you know, hit your girl up, because you see the smile and you see the face. Come on, you want me to go ahead and market your brand. Yes, you do. But that is it for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. And again, I'm going to go ahead and run my tickler across the bottom, so then that way you guys know where you can exactly shop with your girl. Shop with Jersey Girl -cozyniche.com. It is a new platform, so you can get a chance to go ahead and check out the new stuff that's on there, baby. Yeah.
It's fire.
It is so good. And there's more stuff to be added. So just get ready. We are here for it. So thank you guys so much. And, the night is young. We got things to do.
No, we're going to go get some Tinta. A pre-birthday Tinta. Yes, honey.
Yes. So you guys have a good night. And that is it for Jersey Girl. And the way that we end this is... Bye. Up for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with. You can be notified every single time I go live or upload a new video, because the YouTube channel is where you get your steak, potatoes, desserts, and drinks, baby.